This week on Inside Boulder News, Boulder hosts the biggest day in American pro cycling history, the city lifts seasonal wildlife closures at Boulder Reservoir, and Valmont Dog Park reopens with some major improvements.
Welcome to Inside Boulder, featuring topics and stories that impact the community of Boulder, with Patrick von Kaiserling and Jennifer Bray. And on the news desk, Natalie Wood and Mike Benuelos bring you the stories making headlines in the community this week. Inside Boulder News starts now.
Welcome to Inside Boulder News. I'm Natalie Wood. It was a big day for pro cycling and a big day for Boulder. Last Saturday, our town hosted the 6th stage of the Pro Cycling Challenge, and many community members gathered throughout town to cheer on racers as they sped by. It was an event that residents have been waiting for decades.
It's great to see, the old Coors Classic days now coming back here. I mean, I moved here 10 years ago, and every time everybody's talking about how great it was, and so now to be here and to have our own event and have it come back to Boulder is just a really fantastic thing.
It just seems this is the place where it all started. Just to have it back here, it seems like it is the right place for it to be.
I think it's going to be one of the biggest days in cycling in the U.S. Yeah.
You can feel the buildup. Everybody's smiling. Everybody's ready. The volunteers, we have over 500 volunteers. They all show up. They're all excited to be here and participate. It's truly a community event.
This is just exactly what we wanted, was to see this type of turnout and this type of excitement, and a fabulous day. What says Boulder more than this or better than this?
Everybody I know is so pumped up. It's just been a great energy, great vibe around the whole city. So we're just super proud to have people come out and hang out with Boulder.
We're hoping that everybody that comes has a great experience in Boulder. We're hoping that 120,000 people come and have that great experience, but also kind of to put Boulder on the race stage map in the United States.
Boulder is certainly back on the race map after a successful event last Saturday. Race organizers are calling Stage 6 the biggest day in American pro cycling history, largely due to the finish on Boulder's iconic Flagstaff mountain. Here's a look at the excitement on Flagstaff as one of Boulder's own crossed the finish line first. It was an exciting day on the mountain. Boulder resident Rory Sutherland was first to cross the Flagstaff finish. It's a spot that Rory knows very well.
I don't know how many times I've done this mountain, but it's getting up near 100, I'd imagine. It's such a beautiful mountain, and I think it makes a huge difference, obviously, in knowing the area and knowing the climate.
Fans lined up the mountain to watch the pros make that intense climb. It was a stage of the race that many were looking forward to, including the governor.
This is going to be cool. And coming up Flagstaff is so beautiful. They're going to have the helicopter shots. It's just, the racers are going to have to work so hard. It's so competitive. It's going to be so close. It's close to perfect. And people around the country, people around the world, they've heard of Boulder. And this is a great way to introduce the world to this part of Colorado. And we've been doing that for all these beautiful parts of Colorado all week long.
The world got that look at Boulder as the race aired on NBC. And the enthusiasm was apparent from a town that loves cycling.
Some words don't describe what, the beauty of cycling in Colorado and the beauty of racing here in Boulder is, I think, the world is about to see today. For me, it is my adopted home. This is where I live. This is where I'm bringing up our family. But about the 5 kilometers coming into Boulder, and I live down south as you come in, and I started getting goosebumps and hot and cold shivers, and it was kind of weird. And you nearly can't explain the emotion when you're coming through, your hometown, so to speak.
The excitement around town and on Flagstaff was overwhelming as Boulder happily welcomed back pro racing.
I also want to say we're thrilled to have international cycling back in our town and to show off our open space, our great scenery, our amazing quality of life to the world. This is a great day for Colorado. It's a great day for Boulder.
A lot of preparation went into hosting such a large-scale event. For over a year, local organizers have been working to map the race route and keep people and natural resources safe during the event.
Having a spectacular finish like Flagstaff took a lot of work, working with the city manager and working with our open space department. We know how important the open space area is, and Flagstaff in particular. So we're just thrilled, and it meets all the criteria of an epic race.
City and county crews have been preparing all year for this, and with 30,000 people expected to make the climb up Flagstaff today, crews are prepared to help make this event a success.
This is an exciting event for us. I'm one of the rangers that are out and about, along with over 100 staff and volunteers that are doing a lot of different things out here on the mountain to help this event be a success, to help people be safe, to protect this beautiful place.
This is a first event of its kind in a very long time on Flagstaff Mountain, and so there were a lot of challenges associated with it, but I think we're pulling it off responsibly and in a way that hopefully people will want to see it again.
City officials say damage to Flagstaff appears minimal. Police report that the crowd was spirited but well behaved and no issues arose during the race. The city has lifted the seasonal wildlife closures at Boulder Reservoir. The closures were in effect since April to protect nesting birds at Windsurfers Point and the Boulder Aeromodeling Society field. Parks and Recreation staff report that nesting this season was largely a success.
We did have successful osprey nesting and 3 chicks were hatched. We did observe some sound of the bitterns, but the harriers were not seen this year, which is pretty unusual. One of the significant things is this is one of the few remnant wetlands ecology landscapes in the Boulder County that's still suitable for these species to nest and rear young. Having wildlife as part of our city, our community, is a real critical aspect of just having a healthy balance. These are one of the last remnants for the county. This was a vast wetlands, 100, 150 years ago. And as the climate has changed, as urbanization has come in, I think everyone really appreciates the opportunity to watch nature.
Successful nesting is dependent on the public's cooperation with seasonal closures. Parks and Recreation wants to thank the community for respecting the closures that help conserve area wildlife. One of Boulder's most popular dog parks is back open after undergoing major renovations. Valmont Dog Park reopened last Friday with lots of improvements, including shelters funded by the Capital Improvement Bond. A new dog waste composting system was also installed at the park over the summer. The newly remodeled dog park is part of the city's efforts to create a more environmentally sustainable community.
We've got a lot more trees planted. We've done some rolling hills in here for the dogs to run over. We've added rocks and things for them to run under. Fenced off the areas. We put down a surfacing material here that we met with the community, let them pick through different types of surfacing materials, and this is what they picked. And it's a sandy material so that when it gets wet, it doesn't stick to your feet. It's more like a sand, but it also drains really well. In this park, we've started the compost dog waste program. Very exciting thing, sustainable, helping Boulder be more sustainable. We are providing the compost bags. People can use those, and then we have a compost bin that they can put those in as they leave the project site.
Dog owners are encouraged to use the compostable bags provided at Valmont Dog Park. All city dog parks will eventually convert to the compostable dog waste system. Thanks for watching Inside Boulder News. Stay in touch with us on Facebook by submitting news tips and questions. Just search for City of Boulder Channel 8. More Inside Boulder is next.